Alrighty, I am now live. My game plan here is to go ahead and do a couple of tournament runs. So let's go ahead and get those out of our inventory because I don't know if they're use or lose or not, but I'm going to give it a go. So for the tournament, you get to play 5 times, and if you win all 5 times, then you get huge large rewards. If you don't, then you don't. It is what it is, something like that. So my game plan here is I'm going to play Dote, and then I'm probably going to get curb stomped 0-2. Let's do this. Alright, we're fighting OTT first. You know, one thing that I've noticed when I've been playing these tournaments is that the first enemy is almost always a Galahad or Tsukuyomi right chain farmer. Not going to complain about that. Oh, hi heal triggers, you can go back. But we'll see how that goes. So match 1 is a win. I'll take it. So the fun thing that most people don't know about the ride chain decks is if you're using the ride chain in like real life, the ride chain has like a 94% chance to like actually be successful. But if you're using it in the game, that chance goes from like 94 all the way down to like 42%, and it's hilarious. So what was happening in the first season, which they happened to get it, but it's like a coin flip. But what was happening in the first season with VP farmers was you were having people who were coming along and just missing their ride chains, so then they'd be fighting these 6K starters. And then the 6K starters would just beat them most of the time because you had you had the case where they weren't able to... What are you doing? I'm streaming right now. I am like literally live and you're just bonking me in the face. Hi.
I was actually gonna do your math. I did not know that. I just thought you were like talking to one person. I love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye. So my wife just beat me up. It was terrible. Good times. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So like these ride chain farmers were just like, you know, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh well. So oh yeah, so the right chain farmers were actually taking turns not being able to hit each other with the 5K base versus the 6K base, and I just think that that's hilarious. So technically the 6K was better because there were a lot more 5K farmers, so the 6K was never hit by the 5K farmers unless they hit a trigger, whereas the Tsukuyomi and Galahad right chain farmers were getting bonked by the right chain farmers even without hitting triggers until they actually succeeded in riding up. So this guy got a 42% chance times a 42% chance, which is not very, very high. It's like maybe, you know, like 1 in 10 to get that. So, yeah, he's gotten pretty lucky. It's not going to do him a whole lot of good because I got my interceptors out, but it is what it is. So I have had some cases where people will just come out of the woodworks and start playing like halfway through the game, which is actually something I do if I'm, you know, being scummy and Tsukuyomi right chain farming. I'll just like pop up and be like, oh hey, I'm grade 3, I can win this game. But yeah. So we got 19 there, 12 and 17. So we'll go ahead and swing this way. I'm expecting that I'm probably... Well, never mind. Alright, disregard. I'd have to hit 2 draws and they'd have to not hit a trigger in order for me to be able to hit with the next one, so yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. Alright. You know, I could have used Conroe to go and get a booster, so it's my fault I'm making this take so long. Like, it's like, hey guys, watch me stream. I'm going to play the most interesting matches you've ever seen. And it's going to be a VP farmer. You know, I'm pretty convinced that they don't actually take people in the tournament and they just take people off ladder to do this, because I can't imagine someone would have won a tournament and then decided to VP farm. So that means that when you get knocked out of the quote tournament end quote, you're actually getting knocked out by some random guy from Idaho. Yeah, it's great. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can't win this turn, assuming they don't have a bajillion perfect cards. I mean, they're running draws, so I already don't know what's going on here. If they're going to be VP farming, they should be running crits. Especially if they actually want VP. Well, I'll take the first one. Excuse me. Let's check the stream. Game's all the way over to the right on your end. Let me see if I can't fix that. Oh, wow. My screen did just completely move from my streaming software. Oh, that's because I maximized it. That was my bad. Let me know if that's better. Actually, I'm just going to check the screen myself. Oh, I'll take the first one. My super quick. Oh, no, I have it turned all the way down. Game's all the way over to the right on your end. Let me see if I can't fix that. Alright, that looks like wow. My screen did just completely move from my streaming software. Oh, that's because I maximized it. That was my bad. Let me know if that's better. Actually, I'm just going to check the screen myself. Alright, looks like it might want to be
take the first one.
A bit more. My super quick. Oh, no, I have it turned all the way down. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. So, let's go on to the next game. I've literally only ever streamed once before, and it was the best stream ever because I was live for like 25 seconds, and I was just like saying the names of buddy fight cards really strangely, and then I was told that it was a work of art, so that means that obviously I need to get into the streaming business. Manifest your truth. Alrighty. I don't like this hand. Well, I have cross ride secured. I'm fighting against Narukami. And they are going first. So that means that they can pop Conroe if I choose to attack. Nothing in Narukami has bonus crits other than Gyrus, so I don't think I'm super worried about having to go fish for a perfect guard here. So I think I'm probably just going to attack and keep trying to get the damage going. The ultimate goal here is going to be to just pop boosters and sit on a 13k butt. So, yeah, we're going to go for that. Got an Airmo. He is a cutie patootie. Let's see. Don't really want to filter anything from my hand right now, but I'll still play it. And who knows, maybe I'll hit a draw trigger and then get something I don't want. I could use more grade 2s to be completely honest, so maybe I should get rid of dual axe. Yeah, I'll get rid of dual axe. Give me a grade 2. Yeah! So I called out everything that was going to happen right before it happened. So I think that makes me a profit. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let's check the stream real quick. And see if... how did I lose... Oh, there it is. Let's move my windows. Okay. So he's already got his Garuda out, so that means that he's going to counterblast 0 to pop my Conroe, which is fine. Although that does mean that I don't get to use Bellicosity. Sad days. Alright. That's a lot of mamas. Okay, am I even going to be able to... Let's see. Oh, this might actually be hilarious, because now he needs to hit a trigger to hit my Vanguard. Which means I may still get to use Conroe. Ha! Nice. So gonna get hit here, so that puts the score 2-1. Alright. And does this pop 0s or 1s or less? Grade 1 or less, that's fine. Okay. Let's see what we get. So I'm hoping that I have the ability to build a board here so that I can hit the Vanguard once and then pop this, and then make them have a whopping 2 cards. Them having 2 cards sounds very appealing to me. And we'll go ahead and use Conroe here. And we will grab a bar. Alright, so then we need, this row is going to hit the Vanguard. So then we'll have it boosting bar. Yeah, this should be good. Okay. Since I'm not running crits, it really doesn't matter if my Vanguard is hitting their Vanguard or not, although I don't get the unflip this time, which is slightly unfortunate, but in this case, I'm prioritizing the back row sniping. Let's see, they're probably going to pop Airmo, but I have an extra bar, so I don't think we need to filter too much more. We have a lot of cards, so I'm going to get rid of the filterer, and I have 2 Persona Blasts now. That's pretty nuts. Awesome, so we're going to pop that, and now he has almost no cards. I'm pretty sure he's going to be running draw triggers. It'd be really silly if he wasn't. So he should still have a pretty good opportunity to come back and build up his forces here. With 3 dotes in hand, I don't know if I'm going to invest 4 counterblasts into Persona Blasting here, so I'm probably going to consider going for playing one of my dotes as a rearguard. So that thing can't attack rearguards. I'm actually a little bit confused as to why they're playing it, but okay. Okay, so they got a draw trigger. And that's going to the bottom, so there's one less null to worry about. So that's going to hit my Vanguard, and I will be at 3. I could be bad and just ride Dote now since I have the Counterblasts and the Persona Blasts ready, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'd much rather have the 13k butt, especially since they're so low on cards, but I will still call a Dote to rearguard over here and then make a double bar row. I don't have any interceptors, but I have the PG to keep me safe, and I think that I can get away with it. There's the trigger, so I still need to hit 1 trigger in order to be able to hit him. We'll see what we get. Nice! So the heal trigger is going to put us in a really good spot, because now they're at 4 and we're at 2. Ooh, and an extra draw. So it's Christmas today for me. Alright, and that's 2 nulls down. So he does have limit break, so he's going to pop my front row, but with what I just got, I'm going to be able to replenish pretty easily. Plus, my plan to go into Dote next turn and get the Persona Blast in order to get even more cards is going to make it even stronger for me. So he's going to have to field, otherwise he's not going to be able to put any pressure on me. So all of that works out nicely, but the problem here is that Vermilion's biggest weakness just happens to be if the opponent has intercepts, because Vermilion's going to be one of your strongest, if not the strongest attack on your field that turn. And if that's the case, then what ends up happening is he has to attack first, and then you're going to get kind of nullified and shut down by all of your opponent's other triggers. So there's advantages and disadvantages as far as the Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion game is concerned. I personally think Dungaree is a far better card. So he's got 1 card in hand, and he just hit a bunch of draws last turn. So he has got 5 left in deck, if assuming the last card in his hand isn't 1. Why would he... I guess it doesn't really matter here. They're the same power. Alright, he did hit another draw, so he's got 5 out of his deck. And it doesn't really matter what I hit here, so I'm still going to be taking the 4th damage. So it's going to be 4-4 going into the next turn. So he is... okay, that's fine. He's trying to counter-control me, which I don't think is going to work out too great for him. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay. So we happen to have our Tejas over here, or Teos, or however it's pronounced. And that will give us the ability to attack this grade 2 and get that out of the way. Dote's guaranteed to restand, so that puts us in a very solid spot pretty much regardless. So I think we're going to see if we can end it this turn. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But it's possible. Okay, there's first check, second check. Oof. You hate to see it. So from here, we'll go ahead and Persona Blast. Now, I could choose to attack his rear guard. Let's see. We got plenty of units, and we do have the null guards in hand. I think I'd rather just set up for a win for the following turn, so we'll go for that. Oh, I forgot I'm not able to hit. It's okay. I'm gonna... Yeah, I should have attacked the rear guard. There, that was actually me making a mistake. Oh well. I don't get punished for my mistakes. That's how you know you're good at the game. Alright, so we'll filter the grade 1. Nice. Hang on. Hang on. How do I look at the field? He's at 31,000. I could attack his rear guard right now and draw a bunch of cards. That's actually my best bet. I actually do want the card advantage here more than I want anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Those would have been really good defensive triggers, but at this point, like, he's going to be so far behind in card advantage, and I'm guaranteed to have a board, and I have 2 null guards, and I have a huge damage lead. So this just seems like it's the best choice overall. So we'll go ahead and go for that. And I got that big, juicy 13k butt. And I cannot lie. Getting the feeling like this is going to be a huge time investment. Like, these matches are so slow. You'd think with them going out of their way to make it so that... Hang on 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So that gives me 2 counterblasts. It's not going to be enough for me to do anything else because I'm out of dotes. I don't have enough to go into a Draconic Overlord, but I do still have plenty of perfect guards, and I can use that to pop back row. Go ahead and ride skip. So this makes a pretty nice row. And we'll go ahead and play dual axe here. So okay, so in this case I'm retiring the booster that's not behind the Vanguard because the Vanguard already gets plus 3k when he attacks, so he's going to be able to hit my cross ride regardless. And I like how he's used 4 counterblasts on his limit break, and he has another 4 more counterblasts to use on his limit break. So from there, yeah, it's going to hurt a little bit, but we got 2 PGs in hand. The Interceptor's not going to help. If he has 2 units that can hit 13k, then I lose, but he's not going to have that because that's impossible. I guess technically he is running that 14k beefy thing, so maybe, but yeah, I don't see any way for him to really win this turn. And then next turn I've got my Draconic Overlord and a Dote to ping. Ooh, getting ballsy. So yeah, I think that's pretty much game at this point. Especially since everybody's all out of heals. So yeah, that's actually a guaranteed game. I am almost out of deck. That's what using Dote a bunch does. Alright. So at this point, this isn't going to be useful at all, so let's go ahead and just use it. And since he's out of heals, then Really, there's no reason not to do this either. Got his entire life in my hands. And that's game. So that's 2 wins. I failed to go 0 for 2. Guess that just shows how bad at the game I am. Considering how long this is taking, I may only do 1. Because this is taking a long time. Game's all streamed once before, and it was the best stream ever because I was live for like 25 seconds. Considering how long this is taking, I may only do 1. Alright, so this time we're playing against Kagero. Luck greater than skill. I believe it. Oh no, those MLB sleeves are throwing me off. What if he's secretly playing MLB? That's probably going to be my preferred ride. Let's go this. Okay, cool. If Winkle Brave showed up, I'd just be like, wait, what? Alright, so do I want to ride Airmo or do I want to ride a PG? That's a good question. Let's see, for this matchup, honestly, the Airmo's more important. I can fish my second copy out of my deck, but I don't know if I necessarily want to use my Conroe for that. Yeah, I'm just going to go with Airmo for now. But the thing is, in this type of matchup, if you hold on to too many perfect guards, you're either going to have to play one as a rear guard, which would be entirely defeating at this point, or you'd have to deal with probably not having a full board, which I think would be just catastrophic at this point. He's running Grape Shot. Honestly, I don't think Grape Shot's a bad card. We'll see what he does. Okay. So, either way, regardless of what we're doing. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a crit. Alright, give me a Tejas. That's not a Tejas. So what I can do now is actually change up my game plan a bit, and instead of using my Conroe, I could ride Berserk Dragon and just blow up his Conroe. And then have 2 Bellicosities. And try and see if I can hit with both of those to get the unflip here. Which, honestly, does not sound like a bad idea to me. I'm going to go for it. So, yeah. That just sounds hilarious. I want to do it. And then that also unlocks my Counterblast for a potential Persona Blast, or even a second Berserk next turn. And we're going to go ahead and attack with this one. The reason why I'm not going to attack with my Vanguard this turn is if I have a trigger on top of my deck, I would rather get that defensively than offensively. Although it's not going to matter for turn 2, but in general it's a good practice. And even if it was a heal trigger at the top of my deck, I don't necessarily need that at this point in the game. And regardless of what he does or what he hits, if it's a heal trigger, I'm still going to heal. So there's really no purpose in me attacking. And actually decking out in the Dope Mirrors is something that I've had happen before, especially if you get off 2 Persona Blasts. So I'm going to try and avoid that if I can. I kind of doubt that he got as many Great 2s as I did. Like, holy crap, I had 5. So I'm just going to be able to just go out ham. So let's see. Oh. He's at least got enough to keep up with me. So, again, I can still pop one with the Berserk Dragon and then attack the other one with the other, with that Berserk Dragon too. So, I could still swing 2 at face, which may be useful. We'll see how that's going to go. Okay. Wow, nice. So, another grade 2. That's a thing. Alright, so we'll hold on to that bad boy. Okay, so call this here, call this here, and it doesn't matter which one we pop, we'll go ahead and go here. Yeah. So attack this. And how many heals do we have? We have all of our heals left. That's beautiful. So even if I heal here, he can't heal here either anyway, so that puts me in a doubly good spot. Although he did hit the defensive trigger, which I can't really complain about. I've hit 3. So he's got the advantage as far as that's concerned, but he still has to get past all of my interceptors. And then I have two more for next turn, so that's 3 turns of calling out full boards of interceptors. That's ridiculous. So he's still sitting on plenty of cards because I've had to play 4 interceptors and he's only had to play 2 so far. We'll see how all of that pans out. Although once he plays his front field, he's going to have 3 cards in hand, so I will still have more total cards as of right now, but he could counteract that later. And he may go for the Dragonic Overlord, which I don't think is the best usage of Counterblast, but oh, he's not even going to do that. That's not necessarily a bad idea, especially if he's got the Dote in hand, which I'm thinking he does based off of how he's doing this. Yeah. So he's going to get a bunch of free cards, which is good for him. Alright. Oh yeah, he's running crits. That's scary. So he's going to attack with his Dragonic Overlord Rearguard so that he can get the critical triggers to apply. Although he's running mixed. It's really weird. Well, if he does hit a crit, I can nullify it, but I don't know if I necessarily think that's all that necessary. Okay, another draw. So from here I'm in a little bit more of a precarious position because thinking about this from my standpoint here, I don't want to clear his Overlord because he's hit so many draw triggers and he has so many cards in hand that clearing his board's not really going to do anything. Let's see. So right now he's on a regular Dote. Okay, so this is going to go over here and this hits the Vanguard. If I hit either a trigger and he hits a trigger, or 0 triggers for both, this still hits. And this is able to clear the intercept. Well, not intercept, but the grade 3. So I guess we'll go this route. See what happens. Okay. I'd have to hit 2 triggers and pass them both here in order for this to be able to hit. So I'm not counting on it. Well, looks like I didn't really have a choice here. I think he's out of Dotes now, actually. Yeah, he's out of Dotes. So the only thing he really has left are heal triggers. Hey, me too. So he has 1 draw and 4 heals, and I have 3 draws and 4 heals. So good news, I'm not getting crit today. And he's also out of Persona Blast, so this is an 11k vanilla right now, which is honestly super good for me right now. Oh, he went into the Waterfall. I guess if you have excess grade 3s, oh, Waterfall is his heal. That's interesting. Yep, if he has the excess grade 3s, he can make them huge large numbers, which is honestly pretty worthless. Because you have to get through the 2 intercepts anyway. So unless he's got Berserk Dragon, that's not super useful. What on earth? Oh, he doesn't have 4 copies of it. Okay. So he can use this. So actually, yeah, that would be useful. Okay. So from there... Okay, the back row is kind of irrelevant at this point. This already gets 3k when it attacks, so it's going to be 30 something if... Assume... Someone's at my door, 1 second. Alright, I still have 3 sentinels, 2 sentinels, 1 sentinel. Well, that's fine. So assuming he has 2 sentinels in hand... Well, he hasn't seen any heals yet. Oh, he's seen 2 heals, that's right. So I'm still in a bit of a rough spot, but he has nothing to protect his Vanguard, so I think going face is the place. So he's 11, and he's at 5 damage. So what can make the best numbers here? Obviously a bar. So let's see if we can't get... Well, actually, we'll do it this way. And then we'll see if we can't get all the sentinels out. And if he has 2 sentinels, if we hit a trigger, this will still be able to take care of us. So that's going to be the game plan. And I should hit a heal here. Like almost 100%. Wow. Wow. Well, I have 4 heals in my deck, so the odds of me dying this turn are pretty bad, but I'm going to go answer my door now. Yep, I called it. Not remotely surprised that I lived. So let's go ahead and swing. He's out of sentinels and he hit a heal. That's fine. We have 6 triggers left. So since we've put about 7 cards at the bottom of our deck, our whole deck should for the most part be triggers. This is probably it. Power to Vanguard. Second check. Power to bar. So he should be... He has 1 heal left. It's possible he lives, but I don't think so. Okay, yeah. Alright. That is game 3. And I will be right back. I have to go talk to the person who's at my door now. Okay, so that's like the 8th time I've been interrupted this stream. Oh well, life happens. Alright, so we have won 3 out of the 5. Let's see if we win the next 2. I'm only going to be doing 1 tonight, changed my mind. Alright. I am probably the worst host of a stream in the history of streaming. But I mean, what can you do? When you're in your 30s, you got kids, got stuff to do. Hi, new fighter. Let's have a good fight. Alrighty, I'm going to put you back. Let's see. Put you back. Okay, I got the 3. Although... Okay, never mind. I was thinking for a second he might have been a VP farmer, but I guess not. So we get 2 draws, and he rode a Vanguard Bari. I don't think that we're in dire need of filtering, so I may ride Airmo again. I mean, honestly, Bellicosity Berserk is a pretty solid hand. I'm a fan. Into another Berserk. Okay. I'm going to have to not do this anymore once the Tejas nerf comes over here. Hi, Tejas. Bye, Tejas. Hopefully these 2 games don't take super long. Oh, nice. I mean, he would have just put it on his Vanguard circle anyway, so my Conroe was gonna die. It was just fate. Press F to pay respect. Wow, this is taking a long time. Like, I don't understand how we get, like, all the way over here. See, whenever I do this, I always hit the heal trigger, and then my unflip doesn't matter anymore. It's honestly better than getting the unflip, but still, it's not just how it is. Okay, he didn't get it that time, that's fine. Let's see what I get. Defensive draw would be great. You're not a defensive draw. So I just want to say that because my Conroe got sniped, I'm super glad that I kept my Bari. Alright, I'm going to ride a Berserk because I have 2, and I think that I can afford that. My Bellicosity is not going to be super useful, but that's just how it is. And toss this bad boy behind here. So I could either heal or not heal. Yep, that's how life works. Alright, so I think I'm going to filter out Dual Axe. Okay, so now I can go for the cross ride, but because I went second, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep up with his card advantage enough to be able to make that work. So we'll see how that goes. There is so much waiting time in this game. It's actually a little bit nuts. Okay, this guy's not running crits, so he's not as silly as the last guy. Oh, he's got the Persona Blast. And with the Persona Blast, this is probably the best overall move. Oh, so much for the Persona Blast. This is going to bring me up to 2. Using Berserk doesn't make any sense. Ugh. Okay, that's a pretty good hit. Getting the booster definitely helps. Is there anything that we want to filter? We'll see. Okay, there's another Berserk Dragon. So let's go ahead and pop this.
Where'd you put that towel, Daniel?
So the question is, do I want to filter the Berserk? I mean, I may hit a draw trigger and get something else I want to filter. We'll have to wait and see. Ideally, I'll hit a heal. But how many have I seen? 1? Yeah. We'll see how that works. Okay, I'll take the ideal. So 1 to 3. Now the question is, do I filter Berserk or do I keep it? I think I'll hold on to it for now. The odds of me taking 2 damage this turn are going to be pretty high. Especially since he's got the Persona Blast in hand, so he's going to attack 4 times at the minimum. Oh, it's only going to be 4 times. I guess technically, if he did some convoluted bellicosity play, he might be able to attack more than that, but... nah. He is not playing very many cards from hand. That is interesting. Well, if that's the case, I'm going to ignore Draconic Waterfall, of course, because there's no reason to attack it. And then I will go ahead and just start bonking his face, since he has no interceptors here. Okay. Alright, so I'm only taking 1 damage this turn. Alright, so that means all of my heals are going to be dead, but I still have 6 draws. So that's not too bad of a spot to be in. Alright, so here's the question. Do I want to ride Draconic Overlord the end? My gut is telling me that I don't want to because it's strong enough to hit this unboosted. Yes, my Vanguard will have less of an effect. Actually, he's not playing anything in the back, so if I do go with Draconic Overlord the end, that bumps me up to 13k butt, and then this thing's not going to be able to hit me, so maybe that is the play. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double Kimnara row, and then hit the Vanguard with that. And then I'm going to save Berserk Dragon for when he does play an intercept, and I'm going to just knock it out of here. This will push him up to 5, so he's going to need to start hitting heal triggers in order to keep himself from having to expend Sentinels, which is going to put me in a much better spot in the long run. Or not. You know, it is what it is. Alright, so we're going to choose not to invoke it again. At this point, it may even be not a bad move to get rid of my Sentinel, just so I have more units to field, because this is going to be a dredge, painfully slow game, and I'm not helping with my 13k butt. So he's going to have to start calling boosters now, which means that everything in his hand is no longer going to stay in his hand. Although he does have the alternative option of just killing this single Kimnara, I guess. Okay, there's a booster. Alright, now that Stricken's here, we're going to pop that with Berserk Dragon next turn, swing, and then all I have to do is set a trigger here, and then we should be good to go. Okay. Does he have a second Persona Blast? I have no idea. Let's see. Bellicosity. Okay, so that's another heal for him. It's going to push me up to 3, so I'm going to be able to hit my heals coming next turn, which will be nice. So, let's see what we get. That's fine. And he has the Persona. Okay. He's not strong enough to hit without hitting another trigger, though, so we'll see what he does. Whiff! So, I wasn't expecting him to be at 3 when he should have been at 5, so this is actually going to be kind of rough. We'll see how this plays out. Okay, that's what I was wanting. So there's another Sentinel. He's just not going to see that Sentinel again. So I can use Berserk to get rid of this. Unless I get a Dote, that's going to be my game plan. Let me think about that. I'd really rather not expend units, so yeah, I'm just going to play this. Getting damage to stick is going to be in our best interest. So we're going to go this route. Oof. I should have played it over here. I'm realizing the mistake now. I should have made him 17. Because this is 15, so I have to attack with it first, and now I can't hit heals. So, that sucks. But I think what I'm going to do is just attack with Dote anyway. Yep. I'd realized my mistake, and I couldn't capitalize off of making it less of a mistake, so that was entirely my misplay. Oh, and I get away with it. I will take getting away with my misplay. And I will take getting an interceptor from a booster. Dang. GG. So this is apparently Tim misplays and doesn't get punished the stream inning. That's what I'm gathering from this. So he's Persona Blasted twice, so the odds of him having another Persona Blast are pretty abysmal. Does he have one in his damage? No. So, actually, it could be any number of the probably top 7 cards of his deck, 6 or 7. However many have been sent to the bottom. I really should be keeping better track of that, but meh. That takes effort. Okay, saying a Tejas there is not bad because I have a Tejas myself. So that's all pretty not bad. He's got 2 interceptors, but we should be able to take one out without any issues. As for the other one, we'll have to see how that's going to play out. So if I hit a defensive trigger here, he's going to have to hit a trigger in order to get past my Vanguard, which is hilarious. Ooh. Getting fancy. Grade A fancy catch-up. Alright, he's seen a lot of triggers, but he could still very easily hit one. There's one. Alright. Honestly, I don't mind that Dragonic Overlord art. I used to hate it, but it's grown on me. Second check, and he is out of Persona Blasts. I would much rather see that than anything else, to be honest with you. Alright, damage check. Dang, I'm a Sacklord today. Alright, what do I get for all of my trouble? Yeah, that's a pretty good card. Alright, so I'm going to play double interceptors, and then I'll save that for the finishing turn. Let's see if we draw a Dote. I may actually try and save it to filter. Oh. All Tejas all the time. It's Tejas hour. So we're going to get his first Sentinel here. Like I was talking about filtering like he's not at 5 damage. Who needs to filter when you just hit all of your draw triggers? Okay. So at this point, a regular Dragonic Overlord and him getting a good enough setup to be able to pop me twice. 3 times actually because of the Sentinel. Yeah, he can win this turn if he goes Dragonic Overlord in front of Bar, and then pulls forward the Dragonic Waterfall, and has a boost for that. So he's actually going to have 3 boosters too because of my 13k butt. Okay, he doesn't have it, so that means we're safe. Ooh, never mind. We are not safe. So this could be the end of me. I could hit a trigger too, so there's always that. I'm out of heals though. So that's guaranteed to hit. If I hit a defensive trigger, I should be okay. If I do not hit a defensive trigger, I may actually lose this one, so... Oh yeah, because the other heal's in my hand. Rip. So that's 16, that is 19, and that is more than 19, so yeah. Pretty much if I hit a trigger here, I may live. If I don't hit a trigger here, I'm dead. Well, F's in the chat, boys. We went 3 and 1. And there it is. GG. Alright, so 3 and 1. It's better than 0 and 2, I guess. Not by much. Let's see what I get for this. So it looks like we got 15 of the cards for that earlier. I know it's going to pop up with some free packs. Okay. So gift box. 15 Vanguard coupons. And for the mission, got 5 packs. That's not terrible. Alright, well, that is it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I never stream again.